I'm Mark Golub, sitting in for vacationing Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Wednesday, May 29th, 2013. A Jewish reporter for Fox News, James Rosen, has wound up at the center of an investigation into government leaks, as the FBI is targeting him under a controversial statute of the Espionage Act. According to this statute, a news reporter has no right to receive and to publish sensitive information which might compromise national security. James Rosen's email and phone records have been monitored by the FBI in an effort to learn who may have leaked to him sensitive information. Of course, James Rosen is claiming privilege under the First Amendment's freedom of the press. Interestingly enough, a similar case was brought in 2005 against two lobbyists for AIPAC, who were accused of receiving classified information from government officials. In that instance, the case was ultimately dropped. We'll see if the case against James Rosen will be similarly dropped. The Anti-Defamation League ADL of Detroit is upset with many of the city's leading political and religious figures for their failure to condemn Louis Farrakhan, who delivered an openly anti-Semitic and racist speech. The Islamic leader used the phrase satanic Jews and said the synagogue was full of Satan, and while professing his love for President Obama, accused the president of surrounding himself with Satan, members of the Jewish community. The ADL is calling on political and religious leaders of Detroit to publicly denounce Farrakhan. In Europe, the German government has now agreed to spend some $800 million in new funding for home care for Holocaust survivors. The agreement came in negotiations with Israel's Claims Conference, which recently has been under attack for failing to distribute funds to aging Holocaust survivors. Nearly 56,000 Holocaust survivors are now receiving home care through the Claims Conference. And in Italy, a Hebrew manuscript expert seems to have found the oldest known complete Torah scroll, which carbon tests show dates from the 12th century. The Torah scroll was found by accident in the University of Bologna's Library of Manuscripts. It should be noted, however, that this is not the oldest known Torah text. Both the Leningrad and the Aleppo Bibles are more than 200 years older. And finally, last night, an amazing historic event took place at the Center for Jewish History in Manhattan as hundreds of people gathered to celebrate the extraordinary heroic work and accomplishments of a true hero of modern Jewish life, Evita Sharansky, wife of Natan Sharansky. In a moving, touching ceremony put together by Ken Bialkin of the American Jewish Historical Society, Elie Wiesel presented Avital with the 2013 Emma Lazarus Statue of Liberty Award for her tireless work to free her husband from Soviet imprisonment and for influencing the American government to insist that Soviet Jewry be set free. Avital and Natan Sharansky's story is one of the great humanitarian chapters in Jewish as well as world history. And yet, sadly, once the battle had been won, the world and the Jewish community seemed to forget it ever happened. And many young Jews today, even young Jews whose parents were part of Operation Exodus, the saving of more than 1 million Soviet Jews, they don't even know the names Avital and Anatoly Sharansky. Yesterday at the Center for Jewish History, many of American Jewry's leading figures paid tribute to a woman who never was comfortable in the public spotlight, yet who literally helped to rip the Iron Curtain to shreds and bring down the Berlin Wall and the entire Soviet Empire. Yesterday, Avital Sharansky finally received the public recognition she deserves, and I was privileged to spend a moment with Avital.
When you know exactly to which people you belong, to which country you belong, to which historical process you belong, the life is much more enjoyable, I think.
I will always, always respect and follow you, and I wish you kol tuva hatzlacha in all you do. Shalom TV's exclusive coverage of the historic event honoring Avital Sharansky will air in the very near future. And that's the Shalom TV update for Wednesday, May 29th. My thanks tonight to Herbie Baumovsky for helping with this edition of the Shalom TV update. I'm Mark Golub. Be well, my friends.